Hello. In today's video, I'll be talking about and discussing our final project, which is simulating an automated manufacturing flow. In this lab, we had to simulate this flow with the use of Arduino code, lights, and other various components that I'll go over in a second. As you can see here, this is a picture of how the flow should go. There's 3 different processes with lights in between each one, red light, lights in between, and a light that indicates a part waiting in process in the assembly area. I have to have 2 parts before the final part can move into the warehouse, and I need to simulate conveyor belts. So here in my setup, I have my breadboard, and I have the red and green lights. And those are going to simulate the different processes. In between each lights are the different processes that are going to happen. The first one, I have a push button, and that's going to simulate someone pressing a button to start that process. The second one, I have photoresistor, and that's going to represent a light curtain. So when it gets through that or goes through that process, it's simulating dimension. And in the last process, I have a pressure sensor that's going to be triggered with pressure, simulating the weight of the object. And then we have the motor that's going to simulate the conveyor belt. And then this blue light down here is going to simulate or come on when there's a part waiting in process before the other part comes in to be assembled and then sent off to the warehouse. So with all that being said, what we're going to see is everything is going to be documented as it goes through the process by steps on the Arduino in the serial port. So I've written code to write that all up. In the real world, there wouldn't be user input in between each step. It would be one continuous flow, checking sensors as it's going through to make sure everything in processes work. As you can see here, this is the serial port. And first thing is that, as you can see here, it has some commands or what's going to happen. If you see a solid red light, station is backed up. So as you can see, at this time there is no solid red light. Okay, and then the solid green light shows that it's in progress. And again, there are flashing green lights, and flashing green lights, stations are ready to proceed. Solid blue light, assembly in process, and all stations ready is the last command, and enter a integer that has a value of greater than 0 to proceed. So every time I proceed to each step, I need to press to proceed to the next procedure. I need to press any integer greater than 0. So as you can see here, it's in the flashing green lights, which means that it is ready to proceed. So the first thing I do is, in order to get this started, is to press any integer in the serial, in the COM port and serial port, and start the program, and you'll see the lights change, and you'll hear the motor running, or hear the motor running. So I'm going to enter, say, number 2. You can hear and see the motor spinning. It stops, and once it stops, it shows a solid red light, which means the station is backed up. And in order to proceed onto that next station, I need to use my user input and press the button. And when that happens, that light goes out, and it flashes a green light saying that the process, that it's in process again. Now, in order again to go to the next step, you need to proceed and press the button again. But you can see here, it shows and says loading material, and then it says done. Okay, so now I'm gonna press the start it up again. You're gonna press number higher than 0, and motor runs again, and then the light comes on, and now I have to start back at the first process again, which was the push button. Light stop at the next process, and I have to put my input in. So with the photoresistor, I have to take light away for it to activate. And you can see that it's gone to processing now. So again, I have to go back, press the input again, that's greater than 0. And the motor will start again, moving the conveyor belt. As you can see here, motor's running, stops. And again, the process starts again. Now I have to go through each step again. So we got the first one. Okay, second one is the photoresistor. All right. And then the third one is the pressure sensor. Press that, light goes out, goes back into the process. All right, that was the last process. So next should be coming, it says station's done. Here, let me see, I gotta go back over. It's done, station's ready to proceed. Press 2. And start it again, press enter. Motor runs, conveyor belt, go through the process. All right. Now it says one part is ready for assembly, products in warehouse, stations ready, proceed. Start the process all over again. This time it should show up with the blue light saying that there's a part in not in the warehouse, but in ready to be assembled, and waiting for the second part. So I'm going to go ahead and press the button again. Motor runs. Motor's off, and as you can see, the blue light there is on. Everything's lit up. The black light, the red light is saying that the part is back ordered, that section is backed up. The blue light's on saying there's a part waiting there to be assembled. So then I will go through the whole process one more time. And then once it gets to the end, we'll see that they both go in, and the status will change of how many products in the warehouse. Because as you can see now, that there is no products in the warehouse. One part is ready for assembly. So we'll go ahead and go through that real quick again. And so we can get through that and show you that the part is put into the warehouse. So again, I'm going to add the input. Oh, and it's ready to go. The next step. Go all through the steps. All right. Now we're going to go through the steps again. It says 2 parts. Run through it again. 2 parts ready for assembly. 1 product is in the warehouse. Stations ready to proceed. Loaded material, dimensioning weighing. First part held. And we have went through the whole process, and now we have parts in the warehouse. If you continue with this over and over and over, eventually the numbers in the warehouse will continue to grow and grow one after another. But you always have to have 2 parts in order to make one assembly before they get added on to the warehouse. All right. So I'll go through that one more time. Got the lights backed up. Press it. Goes through that. And again. They're back again. All right. All right. And that's it. Thank you.